From this month, nurseries will be expected to follow strict new nutrition guidance. But what does that actually mean for your day-to-day food planning? Can you still serve toast and cereal? Do you need a qualified chef? And what if children bring in packed lunches? If you're confused, overwhelmed, or just unsure what's changing, you're not alone. But the good news is, today I'm going to break it all down for you, clearly and simple. But before we get into all of that, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel, Open Nursery, with myself, Kurt Yanya, where I support you to open, run and grow your own nursery. And that includes staying compliant and confident when new rules come in. In this video, I explain exactly what the new early years nutrition guidance is, who it applies to, and what nurseries are expected to do, and how to prepare. We'll cover things like portion sizes, menus, staff training, and even how this links to Ofsted and Safeguarding. So if you serve food in your setting, or even if parents provide it, then this is a must watch. So what exactly is this new nutrition guidance, and why is it causing such a stir in the earlier sector? Well, for the first time, the Department for Education has published official detailed guidance on food and drink provision in nurseries, preschools and school-based settings. It's called the Earliest Foundation Stage Nutrition Guidance, and it's designed to help providers offer healthy, balanced and age-appropriate meals to children from 6 months to 4 years old. The guidance was created in response to rising concerns about child nutrition in the UK, particularly child obesity, poor eating habits and the inequality in access to nutritious meals. It's worth noting the Anna Freud Centre and several public health campaigns have highlighted that what children eat in early years can shape their lifelong health, concentration and emotional well-being. But beyond just public health, there's also growing pressure from parents and Ofsted for consistent high quality food provision in all early settings, not just the lucky ones with chefs or big budgets. Now let's clear out the big question. Is the guidance statutory or not? While the document itself is non-statutory, it directly supports your compliance with the statutory EYFS framework. That means you're not legally required to follow every word in the new nutrition document, but if you don't demonstrate you're meeting the intent and expectations of the EYFS, Ofsted could pull you up on this. Basically, if you don't follow the guidance, you need a compelling reason to say why you're not doing so. So if you want to be confident that you're compliant, avoid safeguarding concerns around food and impress inspectors, you should take this guidance seriously. And honestly, it's written to be helpful. Not everyone needs a nutrition degree. It's more about getting the basics right and being consistent. So stick around, because in the next few minutes, we'll cover exactly what that looks like in practice. Now, when's it start and who must follow it? If you watch this video, this guidance has already come into effect and it applies to all group-based and school-based early provisions in England delivering the EYFS. This includes private nurseries, community nurseries, preschools, maintained nursery schools and nursery classes in primary schools. It doesn't directly apply to childminders, although it's still a great resource that you can choose to follow. And a quick and important point, if you don't provide food directly and children bring packed lunches, you're still expected to promote healthy eating and provide guidance to families where possible. And remember, Ofsted will still inspect based on the EYFS, not this guidance alone. But since the new document is linked to that framework, you can bet inspectors will be referring to it during inspections. So what's actually changed? Let's walk through that now, and this next bit is where it starts to get really practical. So what do you actually need to do differently? Here's a breakdown of the main expectations you'll be expected to meet. Firstly, you need to plan meals with balance in mind. Gone are the days of just serving toast and calling it breakfast. The new guidance requires settings to offer a variety of foods across each food group, different textures appropriate to the children's age, and at least one hot meal per day where possible. You need to plan for nutritional balance across the whole day, not just one meal. The guidance even includes a sample meal planner to help you visualize how a week of balanced meals could look, so there's no need to start from scratch. You also need to understand and follow portion guidance. This is a big one. The Department for Education now expects you to serve portion sizes appropriate to age and developmental stage, avoid both underfeeding and overfeeding, and encourage children to stop when full, which ties into responsive feeding. The document provides clear visual examples of portion sizes by age, which can be incredibly useful when training your team. Which is the next important thing. You need to train staff in food awareness. It's not just about the kitchen team anymore. All staff, including room leaders and key workers, should understand how food relates to development and learning, what makes a healthy plate, and how to model good food habits. And yes, the guidance recommends food hygiene training, but also nutrition training, especially if your team helps plan meals or talks to parents about food. This is something to consider adding to your staff's continuous professional development. You should also strengthen allergy and dietary requirement procedures. There's a new emphasis on clear systems for handling allergies, intolerances, and cultural or religious dietary needs, avoiding cross-contamination, and making substitutions without compromising nutrition. This is closely linked to safeguarding, so expect more questions about this from Ofsted. You should also display written menus and keep families informed. You'll now be expected to publish a menu weekly, display it clearly for parents and staff, and make it accessible and jargon-free. Plus, there's encouragement to include ingredients lists, note allergens, and show how meals meet nutrition goals. This helps parents feel informed and build trust. Which ties into the next point about working collaboratively with parents. The guidance encourages nurseries to speak to families about children's eating habits, offer practical advice on healthy food, and promote consistency between home and nursery. If a child has a packed lunch, you'll still be expected to support healthy choices, ideally by sharing example lunchbox ideas or using policies to steer parents gently. And don't worry, there's guidance and template letters in the Department for Education document that you can use as part of your onboarding or enrollment pack. This is one of the best things about the new guidance, is that it doesn't just tell you what to do, it gives you tools to do it. In the guidance, you'll find menu planning templates, weekly checklists, portion visuals, and food group posters for your nursery rooms. And if you're not confident yet, just keep watching, because in the next section, we'll go deeper into exactly what your settings should be doing right now to prepare. So coming up, I'll walk you through a checklist of what your nursery should be doing in order to adhere to this guidelines, including tips on menu reviews, allergy policy updates, and staff training that you can start now. So don't click away just yet, because you'll leave this video knowing exactly what to do next. So let's break down exactly what your nursery is expected to do under this new guidance. Whether you provide meals yourself, contract them out, or accept packed lunches, these responsibilities still apply to all group-based providers under the EYFS. So let's take them on one by one. Firstly, displaying menus. You must now display a written menu each week in place where parents and carers can easily see it. This isn't just about listing meals. It should clearly label each meal and snack, be easy to read and jargon free, and be accessible for families with English as an additional language. If you have a website or social media page, consider uploading it there too. Transparency helps to build trust. And you should be reviewing meals regularly. The Department for Education expects providers to review the food and drink they offer regularly, at least every term. So ask yourself, are you offering a variety of foods across the week? Are you providing enough iron, fibre, and healthy fats? And are meals repetitive or overly processed? Keep a simple view log. Even a checklist that you complete termly will show Ofsted that you're on top of this. And don't be afraid to involve staff and parents. Run short surveys asking for feedback on the menu. And importantly, you need to follow portion guidance. You should be able to show that you're serving age-appropriate portion sizes in line with the guidance. That means understanding how much of each food group to offer, not overloading plates or underfeeding, and supporting responsive eating, so children should stop when they're full. To help you, download and print the Department for Education's portion size poster to keep in your kitchen or staff room, and use them as part of staff inductions or team meetings. You also need to have clear allergy procedures. This is both a health and safeguarding responsibility. Make sure your setting has a robust allergy and special diet register, clear communication between parents, kitchen staff, and key workers, emergency procedures in place for allergy incidents, and staff are trained in food safety and allergy awareness. And importantly, avoid foods that say may contain for children with severe allergies unless you confirmed safety. This is a good time to review your food supply agreements too. Ensure ingredients and allergen info is clearly labelled. It's not just about what you serve, it's also about what you promote. You're expected to role model healthy eating, though we'll talk about this more shortly. Create a calm and positive mealtime atmosphere. Avoid using food as a reward or punishment, and encourage children to try new foods, but without force. Meal times should be social but not rushed. Staff should sit with children, talk about the food, and use meal times as part of learning. You must also consider cultural and religious food preferences, vegetarian or vegan diets, and children with sensory needs or food anxiety. Menus should reflect the diversity of your setting. For example, include halal or kosher options where appropriate, appropriate, and offer vegetarian choices daily, and also involve parents in menu design if you're unsure. The Department for Education encourages using food as an opportunity for cultural learning, so this is a real win-win for inclusion. And make sure you keep documentation in order. Keep records of weekly menus, parent communication about food, allergy and dietary need forms, staff training logs, and evidence of food reviews. This helps you to show Ofsted and your local authority that you're proactive and not reactive. All of these responsibilities can feel overwhelming at the start, but they can be embedded smoothly with the right systems and team culture. So if you're still with me, let's tackle some common concerns and how to solve them. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but we've got some real world challenges, and I understand. So let's talk about some of the most common concerns nursery owners and staff have and how you can work around them. Firstly, what if you don't cook on site? That's okay. You can still meet the guidance. Options include using cold meal alternatives. So for example, sandwiches with whole grain breads, wraps, couscous, boiled eggs, fruit pots, yogurts, etc. Working with local suppliers or catering companies who can provide meals that meet the new guidelines, and ensuring that all meals, whether it's snacks only, are balanced and proportioned properly. Even a simple cold lunch can meet the requirements if planned thoughtfully, though refer to the example cold menus in the guidance. What if parents send in packed lunches? While you can't control what's in them, you are expected to promote healthy choices, and here's how. Share packed lunch guidance with families using the Department for Education's templates. Offer visuals of what balanced lunch boxes look like. Avoid shaming, make it supportive and helpful, and reinforce the message through newsletters or parents' evenings. You could also include a lunchbook of the week display with permission to showcase good examples. And what if you don't know what counts as a portion? This is where the guidance really helps. Use the visual portion size tables provided for each age group. Stick them up in the kitchen or staff areas. You could also create laminated cards with food groups and portion info. Add it to your menu planning checklist and include it in staff induction and refresh training every term. Once your team gets used to it, it will become second nature. And what about the regular thing? Children won't eat vegetables. Here's the approach. Introduce new foods gradually, offer small portions and don't overwhelm. Use food, play and themed activities, for example, taste the rainbow, and let staff model trying the food. And celebrate small wins. Well done for trying the broccoli today. Over time, exposure and modeling will make a massive difference. The key is persistence without pressure. So hopefully this has left you feeling a bit more confident tackling these challenges. So let's look at how you can train your team and build a culture around healthy eating. You can't do this alone. Success on this depends on getting your team informed, confident and consistent. So how do you build that culture? Firstly, include food and nutrition as part of your continuous professional development. Cover things like portion sizes and food groups, the importance of early nutrition, allergy awareness and positive mealtime communication. You could bring in a dietitian or nutritionist to deliver a session, your local authority's earliest team, some offer free training, and utilize online platforms like the NDNA or the Earliest Hub. Make it practical. For example, reviewing a menu together or role-playing a food-related conversation with a child. Role modeling is key. Children copy what they see, so encourage staff to sit with children at meal times, eat the same food when possible, and use positive language like this is crunchy, or I love how colourful this salad is. Avoid phrases like finish your plate or you have to eat your veg before pudding. Instead, say things like try a little bite and see what you think. The guidance emphasizes supporting positive food relationships, so try to use descriptive and not judgmental words, encouragement without pressure, and encourage curiosity. For example, what does that feel like in your mouth? This helps children develop food confidence and long-term healthy habits. And make it fun. Ideas include rainbow fruit weeks, growing herbs or veg in pots, food from around the world days, and cooking clubs or recipe swaps with parents. Involving children in menu planning can also build buy-in and excitement. And consider working with local community partnerships like local dietitians or nutritionists, public health teams, health visitors, and your local supermarkets. Some may even donate fruit and veg to you, though even a monthly visit from a health professional can reinforce your setting's healthy ethos. And now let's talk about how this all connects with Ofsted and Safeguarding. The nutrition guidance isn't just a nice to have. Healthy food provision is part of your safeguarding duty under EYFS. Here's how it ties in. If a child is regularly overfed or given food that doesn't meet their needs, it could be seen as neglect. Also, mishandling allergies is a serious safeguarding concern, and staff need to be alert to changes in appetite or eating patterns, which may signal abuse, anxiety, or health issues. During inspections, inspectors will ask about how you meet the EYFS food and drink requirements, will check whether you consider the new guidance, and look at your menus, allergy systems and mealtime routines. So even though it's not statutory itself, it's effectively a benchmark for best practice. So if you want to open a nursery or already run one, I hope you now have a clear picture of how nutrition fits into your responsibilities and culture. But don't stop there. Watch some of my latest videos that YouTube thinks you'll find useful to continue your learning. But if you have any questions about how to prepare your nursery for this guidance, drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer as many as I can. And don't forget, if you're planning to open your own nursery soon, I help people just like you get set up from registration to staffing and yes, to food policies. So hit that subscribe button, and when you're ready, visit opennursery.co.uk to see how I can support you. Thank you for watching and I wish you all the best. God bless.